Are we live? Are we
it was
live
a
now?
trick. We were teasing. Actually, we were just fooling ourselves.
We were. Okay. Now we're live.
Yeah,
There we go.
There we go.
Back in the saddle.
All right. So you came from Alaska to Alaska.
I did.
Yes.
So I don't know. I don't even know where I've been. Although last week we had the retreat in Austin.
I saw that.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing. It was gorgeous.
Yes.
Yes, it was crazy.
So how many there?
There's about 20 of us.
Nice.
And we're on Lake Buchanan. Ooh. And we had the lake and the pool and the hot tub and the pickleball and the room. I mean, it was
So
all
did
the
it
things.
get like deathly frozen there too, or
actually, it was really nice. A couple days. We got back right before the freeze.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Right on.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, dude, we're back for 2026.
Dude, I'm ready. I can't believe we are a quarter. We're 1/12 of the way through the year. We're 1/12 of the way through.
Know what day
so if you're not a 12th of the way through your goals, you're in trouble.
If it was, dude. Okay, so I wanted to get your reaction. So this is where I'm currently at.
Okay, there you go. Yes,
and so it's like I like the roller coaster.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so
we're the only ones that will be like 100,000 up, 80,000 down, right?
Yes.
Like people look at our bank accounts. They're just like, so you were positive 100,000 on Tuesday, you were negative 60,000 on Wednesday, and today you're like trying to get a buddy to buy you coffee because like that's where we're at.
Yes.
And you're like, yeah, I know I own a business.
That's exactly how it goes. And so that's where we are today.
Yes.
And it's one of those things where it's like, if I don't have witnesses,
right,
nobody believes it.
It didn't happen. Yeah.
And so, I forgot I was going to show my credit score too, because dude, it just but we'll revisit all of that in a month or give or take.
Yeah. Hey, as long as you know how to play the game, right? It's like 800, 426. It's like, I didn't even, I remember years ago after I got divorced and I was like, I technically didn't know it could go that low. Like there was a point where I'm like,
You're like,
I've
why
been in the
count?
game for a minute, right? I was like, I didn't actually know that it went that. They're like, we're not sure if he's alive. Like,
couldn't you just flatline it?
The creditors like, don't even call. Like it's not even worth it. Like clearly the man has nothing.
I think right now we're in the low sixes probably.
Yeah.
Give or take.
Yeah.
And that was close to 800 3 months ago, 2.5 months ago. Yeah. So let's just put it this way: the winter has been bumpy.
Yes.
And part of the thing for me is getting comfortable being uncomfortable. And this dovetails nicely. It segues, if you will, right into. So I saw you post on Instagram.
Okay.
Or somebody posted on your behalf on Instagram.
Amen. By the way, can we just be real for a second?
Yes.
Okay, this is terrible, and I hope he's not watching. But I walk into this networking appointment yesterday, and this guy goes, "Oh my gosh, that's crazy that you're here. Thank you for because you had just responded to me." And I'm like, oh shoot!
What did I say?
Not a sweet baby Jesus clue. Anyway, so it turns out he and I had been talking. It just wasn't me. And so shout out to Pam, who is Pam is a better Wayne than Wayne is. So actually, if you do want to get to me, Pam probably is the way to get to me.
Now I'm curious because so I listened to whatever show it was the other day.
Yeah.
And there's this company Athena.
Okay.
Which is like this. It's bougie elite level assistants, but it's like executive assistant. It's like $4,000 a month or whatever, and it is AI enhanced, and it's a human and it's predictive analytics to where you said like, okay, she's a better Wayne than Wayne.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, so how long have you had the surrogate Wayne?
So I mean, there's a couple depending on what we're doing, but Pam has been with me for over 3 years.
Okay,
she is amazing. So she literally lives in my DMs. She handles all of our social media content. She speaks. Yeah, she writes better posts than I write. She's amazing. So yeah, she spent years getting into my brain, and we use AI and we use other things to help.
Yeah,
but she is great at speaking Wayne now.
Okay, so like,
which I think is one of the hardest things to leverage.
Oh my God, yes, that's why this thing, Lord willing or whatever, is so appealing because what I want / need or aspire to is where, okay, there's a person in front of me that's essentially like the buffer between. So I have the virtual assistant, so it's like unless it's on my personal Facebook page, it's not me.
Right.
Because we have 6 accounts or whatever, and it's all just done. Now, I kind of oversee and drive the bus on what goes where and the cross-pollinating or whatever, but I wouldn't have enough hours in the day just to post all the stuff. But what I'm looking at is like, okay, I want somebody who really can speak on my behalf.
Yeah. And right now we're at a place where it's VA AI enhanced.
Yes.
Right. So it's like AI is, I don't believe we're at a place yet where AI can replace me in the way that I would want. Right. It doesn't know the nuances. It can't, when somebody says something weird, it doesn't know how to respond. Like, it's not there, but
it can't hit a curveball.
But my output is 20x what it was a year ago. And the cool thing is, like, Pam's output is 10 times what it was years ago because of the AI enhancement and everything else. So it's like people are like, oh, we're not trying to get rid of everybody. I just expect 10 times the output from my VA. I expect 10 times the output from her than I did a year ago because of the tools we have, right? But she's not going away. Like, Pam, you don't ever get to leave. Right? She's with me for life. Right? But like, that's the AI enhancement thing is. And I think a lot of times people are trying to skip the personal thing. They go, oh, AI can do everything, and it really can't yet. There's a lot of really cool things it can do, but it's just like you need a manager. If you have a big business, you need a person to like manage that thing. And I think that the cool thing is we're doing a lot of like AI automation. So like the AI doing a lot of those host of activities, which is really cool, but you still need someone to kind of check the pulse and make sure it's working.
Well, yeah. And even the ones that are out there coding and they're like, oh man, AI is writing software for itself or whatever. Yeah. Well, they still need somebody that understands code to look at it and be like, okay, this doesn't suck. Yeah. Because we're now, getting off into the realm of most of it's bullshit. Yeah. Yeah. And there is, the momentum is slowed. Yeah. And so like I watch the things that talk about, the implementation, blah, 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 whatever. Well, it's already plateaued and it's and GPT is losing money by the dump truck.
Yeah, it is.
It's just
taking
truckloads.
A big change. Yeah.
Because GPT is dog shit now. Yeah, I killed both of the paid accounts.
What do you spend time on? Yeah, Claude. I've heard Claude. Gemini's doing a lot, but yeah, I've heard Claude is great.
So the reason I like Claude is because it has this sort of and GPT claimed to have it, right? And now Claude might be hallucinating, and I don't know it yet, right? But the project capability where, okay, if I upload a bunch of zip files that are actually little databases in and of themselves, and I put that in a project, or if I put all these files in the project, well, it can reference and it will remember and it will also see what were in the other threads. Yeah. So I can say something like, search the zip file for XYZ and cross-reference to all threads in this project. Yeah. And then boom, it will actually do that.
It'll do a better job.
Yeah, where GPT would
lose its kind of like picks and chooses what it remembers saying. It's kind of like a forgetful uncle. It's like, oh yeah, we did. Maybe we talked about that, and then it just makes up a story like we did. No, we didn't actually. Yeah,
and you're like, no, that never happened.
Yeah, no, it never happened. Yeah.
So that's my current favorite, and then there's other things like Gamma or whatever. Yeah. Where Claude actually, at the very least, right now.
So is Gamma what you're using for pictures and things like that?
So Gamma is what I'm using for like here, where I take your screenshot from Pam's post. Yeah. I'm like, ooh, I like that. So like, okay, because I'm currently, as you saw with the screenshot, I'm currently in the place where like, oh, you can't think your way out of problems that you made your way into. And so like, okay, that needs a pivot, but I'll also, because it's real and it's practical and it's actually where I'm at right now, it makes great fodder for this. And so I take that screenshot, I throw that in, and it's like, okay, give me an outline of essentially topics or threads or things, tangents that we could go off of. Then I throw that into Gamma, which is the first thing that has actually been able, because most of the AI doesn't know what it just made.
Right. Yes.
So it can't, it's great. It's like, oh, give me Bigfoot riding on the Loch Ness Monster or whatever. Okay, that's awesome.
So you're doing Claude in the Gamma to actually make the graphics.
Yeah. And then a lot of times, so like for Teresa, whenever she does her show, well, for her show notes and for all the things that she's doing, I will take and I will run it through Otter, pull the transcript, and then I will have that. And I usually use either Notation or Claude to be like, okay, summarize this and give this as a bullet point list for somebody who is going to take and essentially
talking points.
Exactly. Turn a podcast into a presentation. And then now I let her drive the bus on where all of that goes. But like for me, this is probably something I will do here, in the very near future, once I have, the liquidity that should show up later this morning.
That would be great. Yes.
Because it's really like, dude, since you've been gone, it has been like the craziest, most ass backwards roller coaster ever. And it's so funny now where it's like, I really think I could probably live through anything, just about. And so the gamma thing is the best one so far that will actually turn text into something useful.
Yeah.
And it's able to be edited. And so like here,
that's nice. Yeah. Because like Notebook LM is really cool. It's doing some great stuff, but it gives you like basically a PDF version of sense. Which is like, that's cool, but I hate this one line.
Right.
And now I got to like pray that it redoes the whole thing again without like, it's tougher to do.
And that's the thing where like, I don't know, maybe in 18 months or whatever, it will realize like, no, make it less blue or make it, or turn that around or whatever. And thus far, no.
Yeah.
But the cool thing here is I throw it into the deal. The thing makes the presentation. I can go in and
cool. And tweak a little bit. Yeah. I know. We're going the opposite direction.
Google's, taking me the wrong direction today. So like this, I actually had it visualize the text.
That's cool.
And so it creates these graphics, which obviously is very much how much it works.
Yeah, no, it's so cool.
And the fact that, you've said many times, and this is one of the things I put in here was the intention and reflection, where it's like, first off, you have to know what you're doing. You have to have the awareness to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, that might be problematic.
Yeah.
Now what?
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, well, historically, I would charge the machine gun nest.
Right, just go. Yes.
And what's funny is at different levels of the game, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Because like when you're
sometimes you just need to hammer down.
Yeah, and sometimes a lot of the time, really, at the beginning, you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
And it's like, I'm just going to blindly charge. And then if you're wired to be able to survive that, because, hey, man, some guys made it through on D-Day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they took the beach. So if you're wired to be able to survive that, then you get to be like, it's like, holy shit, I made it past the machine gun nest. Now what?
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I've been for maybe like the last year.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, then what? And then what? And then like here, so currently I'm looking at the things and I'm always curious as to where everybody else is or when the light bulb comes on.
Right.
Where it's like, what got you here won't get you there. And the systematic analysis of what you're doing. So like right now, one of the things I'm doing with Claude is like, hey, here's all of the stuff going on.
Yeah.
And so like, for example, I'm gearing up to do, so like, hey, give me some ideas on X, Y, and Z. So one of them is, the content of the subject matter expert is the perfect blending of the AI thing. And so like over the last couple of weeks, I've been doing these interviews with like our top 25 clients.
Yeah.
And it's been kick ass where like, okay, they come in and a couple of them I've never even met them before.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because I used to be the guy that made the thing.
Yes.
So like everybody that was a client, I knew them personally because I went and did the thing. And now where that's not what's going on, I had one where the dude comes in, I'm like, oh, hey, dude. And I'm like, wow, have we ever and it was awesome because for me, I tend to not look at anything as an achievement or it's just like, just keep going, keep going.
Yeah.
But it was one of those things where it slaps you in the face. We're like, wow, I've gotten to
something's actually happening.
Yeah, I've actually gotten to a level where we have clients that I've never met before.
Yeah, that's great.
And it's like, okay, well, that's evidence of something.
Yes. Yeah.
Where I don't know, what are your thoughts on the constant downplaying of like what you've done or
I think I think we need better scorecards, right? And what I mean by that is like I think it's going. Usually we have like one metric. We're like, I did good today or I did bad today. And it's really not a very healthy scorecard.
All or nothing.
A more healthy scorecard is like, hey, and I have some of my clients, like they're working on 4 or 5 things. And I was like, all right, let's have a scorecard for that. How present were you today? Scale of 1 to 10, how did I do on following my schedule? Scale of 1 to 10, how did I do on this? So giving yourself, I think, a multi-dimensional scorecard in a sense is a much healthier way to look at it when we're just like, hey, good or bad, right? And it's a pass-fail kind of mentality. Yes. And then as high achievers, that hold ourselves to a high bar, it's always fail.
Right,
and then we just feel like there shit all the time. And then it's like, well, this isn't working.
Shoot for the 70.
Yes. Yeah.
Try to get to C.
Yeah,
no, it's either, it's a binary. It's either yes or no.
It starts with awareness. So if I'm just starting, like even with this, right, I want to have this big change. Well, in the beginning, you need to celebrate awareness of it, right? Like, oh, at least I'm catching myself. You know what I mean? So like, and that in and of itself is, is when we say that awareness is sometimes in and of itself, leads to transformation.
Yes.
So sometimes just the awareness is a win. But usually when we're more aware of the shitty thing we're doing, not the better we feel, right?
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, oh, this is a win. Why doesn't it feel like a win? It's like, well, because you're just, it's like, oh, I really was messing this up. Yeah. It's like, you've been messing up for a long time.
Well, yeah. And that's the thing I've been noticing here lately, or I've been forced to, which is usually how I change.
Right.
It's like, oh, under duress.
So okay. Kick the door in.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. They're like, knock, knock. You're like, screw you.
No, I'm not here.
Yeah. Yeah. When you knock that thing down, then I'll pay attention.
So now I'm curious. Like, so what was any recurring themes or any hot button items at the retreat? Anything that?
Man, one of the cool things was we talked a lot about how our virtual assistants are helping in so many different ways, and we all wouldn't have the life we have without them, which is amazing. The other thing we talked about, it actually kind of ties into this, but it's how much discomfort is playing a role in our lives, meaning most people, they don't technically have ADHD, right? We do now because we've kind of like self-wired it.
Yeah.
But most of our ADHD or lack of focus is actually wanting to avoid discomfort, right? So it's like, how often you sit down to do that thing you don't want to do, and you're like, oh, I should check my phone. Oh, I should change the laundry. Oh, I do need to clean all the windows on the outside of my house. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, right? Like most of like, oh, I just have ADHD. Like a lot of times, like, oh, I'm actually just feeling something I don't want to feel. So I go to something else that feels good, and then I continually look like a procrastinator, but I'm actually avoiding. So it's like, that's the visible problem is like, oh, I don't pay attention. The visible problem is like, I don't follow through. The visible problem is and all this. But like, what it comes from is all these behaviors and before, like, hey, when I'm about to do something uncomfortable, like make a cold call or finish the taxes or whatever else, I'm like, shit, let's not do that.
I'm gonna go stay in the fence.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm really not good with this stuff. My beliefs and assumptions are I'm not good with money. So like, hey, let's go pay attention to anything else, right? And then it just becomes this circulating pattern.
Yes.
So, but to your point, what's so cool is when you can realize and start catching the visible problem, right? And instead of beating yourself up, I think what's really cool when we did this at the tribe retreat is like, look underneath. So it's like, oh, I'm really distracted, or I really have a hard time getting things done, or I'm procrastinating. It's like, cool, but those are all kind of smoke.
Yes.
That's all kind of like the outcome.
What's
actually going on? You know what I mean? And so like the fire alarm isn't the problem, but the fire alarm is going off, and it's like, why is that going off? You know what I mean? So instead of beating up the fire alarm, it's like, well, maybe there's a fire. And I think that's the cool thing. It's like going underneath, like, what's actually driving this behavior, and is this serving me? And so often people, and that's why I hate some of these labels, like I'm stressed or I have ADHD or whatever it is. Like I get those feelings and I've used those terms, yet usually it's a symptom. And my big thing is like, let's get what's causing the feeling of stress, what's causing this pattern of not being able to follow through. And if we can get down to that, the cool thing about that is once you see that, then you can do something about it. It's hard to, if you don't get to the root of it, you're just fanning the flame, which is just like more fire, right? You know what I mean?
Old-timey blacksmith.
Yeah. Like, I don't know why this fire's not going away. I just keep fanning it. I'm trying to get all the smoke out of the room, and it's like, well, maybe we should stop the fire first. So,
dude, and it's Recovery 101, where it's like so much of the behavior is autopilot.
Yes,
but it feels like it's a conscious choice.
Yes. And we ratchet up to, this is my personality. And it's like, no, it's actually a dysfunction that you've chosen to claim.
Yes, exactly. It's like now you identify with the dysfunction rather than like, no, there's actually a person under there, but you have no idea who that is. Because I mean, even when I got sober in 2004, it is like, I've been out in the weeds for so long. It's just like, well, if you take all that away and you take all the chaos and insanity, well, then who am I?
Yeah, it's like a jacket you put on. It's like, technically the jacket's not actually you, but you've been wearing it so long.
Right.
Anybody sees you without the jacket, they're like, who is this? Right?
Yeah, I don't recognize that. Yeah. And even now where I'm looking, and how do you get folks past that initial, because like the initial onslaught is emotional.
Yeah.
Where absolutely. It's like, oh shit, I'm looking at this uncomfortable thing about, fill in the blank, and that means X about me.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go buy something.
Yeah. So I think first is you have to change identity. Hey, this isn't who you are, but this is something you've picked up along the way. Because it served you at one point, right? You felt uncomfortable.
What you do, not who you are.
You picked up this jacket, and so at some point this worked for you. It's just not working for you anymore. So I think and then the second piece is you got to get pissed off, then you got to get hope. So you got to get pissed off enough and go like, screw this. Like I'm actually pissed off enough about this.
Yes.
That like I'm not going to be someone that is distracted all day long, every day for the next 50 years. Screw this. Screw that guy, right? It's like you got to get pissed off, and then you got to have hope of like, what if I could? Wouldn't it be cool if, and like, man, a year from now, if I wasn't running this pattern 24/7, like how good will life be? So then you got to get pissed off, then you got to get hopeful.
Dude, the two largest like quantum leaps in my growth, both were out of spite and fury.
Absolutely. Yes. No, you have to get pissed off enough to do something about it.
Chip on the shoulder.
Yes.
And, you know, one of them was to actually prove that the 12-step recovery program didn't work.
Right.
And that was 21 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like that is like in the macro, like how full of shit I usually am, you know, most of the time. And I can joke about it now, but in 2004, that was deadly serious. Where it was like, no, dude, this is lame. I'm not. And it's like, okay, I'll do this, and when it doesn't work, I will go away and just like the elephant's graveyard, I'm just going to go away and expire.
And I think that goes to a core thing that most people think they're chasing pleasure when most people are looking to avoid pain.
Yep.
So when I have somebody get clear on, hey, when they realize, man, I'm spending 20 hours a week in distraction, and here's the cost of that. They go, screw that. Like, I'm not doing that again. I'm better than that. There's no way I'm letting that thing happen for the rest of it. So I think it does. Most change starts with awareness, and then you get pissed off. Then you see that there may be a better way, and then you give yourself the opportunity to at least try that. And I'm that's
curious
where it really comes from.
How did you get past the initial? I feel weird having an assistant, or like how bougie or what a douche thing did, you know, for like, oh, okay, now I'm going to pay this person to do X, Y, or Z. You know, because like even for me, like during COVID, my washing machine died. And dude, I replaced the circuit board because it's like, it's COVID time. I'm just ordering shit online. And it's like, well, it turned out it was the motor, and the thing weighs like a Volkswagen or whatever. Like, okay. So, and then when I figured out like, okay, shit, I can't do that. I didn't have the ability to buy a new one. So it's like, meanwhile, I have a month's worth of laundry stacked up. When I took my laundry to get done the first time, it was like this revelatory thing that was life-changing. But it was also like, oh, dude, you're a lazy.
How selfish is it for me to go get my own groceries? Here's what I mean by that, right? Like, that's the most selfish thing I can do. It is so selfish for me to go get my own groceries. Here's why. One, I'm taking time away from people that I could either help or taking time away from my kids. Second, I'm stealing the job from someone who actually takes care of their family by doing that job and that role. The most selfish thing for me to do is go do that job that's not the highest and best use of my time. There's a belief that there's one culture that has this belief that you owe it to God to do what He designed you to do, and if you're doing other things that He didn't design you to do, you're actually being a prick, right? So in other words, if He designed you to be a great chef and you're building shelves, like, that's not cool, right? There's somebody, but like, and like, you should make the food and let somebody else build the shelves. That's actually like the highest and best. And if you're doing that other job, you're actually stealing from that person, and you're actually robbing the talent that was given to you. So when you look at it from a different perspective, going, Pam is taking care of so many people in her world because of the opportunity she has with me. And by the way, she's better at me than me, right? You know what I mean? But like, it would be selfish of me to not let go of that and let her do that job. So I think when you reframe it of like, this is bougie, to like, wow, it's actually the most unselfish thing I could do.
Yes. And to that, so Trang, who has been our photo editor, or my photo editor, for probably 6 years, 7 years. Now, not me exclusively, but certainly I played a part where, you know, at one point in time, she was sending me videos of her building a house for her family. Like, her generational living situation is improved and is decent because of all of the photographers that use her as an editor. And it was weird because once I got over that, but it'll still trickle down into like, okay, getting my laundry done or having the house cleaned or whatever.
It's like we feel like giving somebody an opportunity to do something we don't want to do is wrong. But the reality is there's other things that they want to do that we don't want to do, and vice versa. And I think that we've got to really reframe ourselves. Like, we've been taught that that's taking advantage of people, but really that's just a stinking thinking, and we got to rewire our brain around it.
Yeah, and it's weird that I would categorize certain things as acceptable.
Yes.
And then others are like, oh, you're just being a bougie douche. Yeah. You know? And Well, there you go. Okay, I'm reframing.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Stop being so selfish. Let other people help.
Right. Well, right now, right as of this moment, it's problematic to.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Who would like to be on the volunteer change the world crew? Yes,
exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So or my GoFundMe. Will be live later.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's next? What do you got coming up now that you're back?
Man, we've got E4 and E5 this coming month, which is going to be incredible. I cannot wait for those days. And then we got coaches training in April. And man, we are balls to the walls right now. Our team is building out our systems and processes to a whole new level. Our clients are winning. One of my clients texted me this morning. He just won another $30,000 a month contract. I mean, it's just like we're having a blast.
Okay.
Yeah, we're kicking ass. It's what do they say? Fun is more fun when you're winning, and we're winning. We're kicking some ass right now. It's really
I
fun.
love it. And yeah, dude, we got so much going on, and we did the KW Go launch. It's like, man, I'm just ready for winter to be over.
Yeah, the ice is a little weird. Like, I think we're done. We're good with that. They could go.
Yeah, dude. I'm not one of those people that bitches about the summer and the heat. You'll never hear me say that.
Yeah, although here's how locked in I was. I've had a box of pictures that I've been carrying around for a decade.
I saw that. Yeah. Like literal, honest to God, actual printed photos.
Yes. So I'm halfway through. I had to organize them all, and then I had to do this. So I'm halfway. That's how iced in I was. Yeah, I was like, I've got all the work done. The house is spotless. I've worked out. There's just not a lot. I started reading books again. It was weird. And and now we're getting there. What about you? Are you doing good?
Well, we'll see. Yeah, theoretically, by noon today,
top of the mountain.
It'll be much.
Theoretically, you're taking the elevator from the bunker to the.
Well, and like I said, it's like. I like the idea of okay, this is the story, and this is what you have to go through, and it is what it is.
Yep.
And right now, it certainly could be worse.
Yeah.
But not much.
We can finish the episode at the Plasma Donation Center. You know what I mean? But we're doing good.
Yeah.
Really good.
So we'll see how it all goes.
Absolutely.
But so when is the E4?
E4 is February 17th. E5 is February 18th. The E5 is sold out. E4, I think we have one spot left. And here for this next quarter, we're going to open up another one because of how cool this is. I mean, those days we limit it to 15 people. The ahas, the insights that come out of that is crazy cool. So it's the new evolution. It's great.
Right on, dude. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm fired up.
Appreciate you, brother.
Likewise.